the CJI after party. I mean, the whole CJI event was. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said? I don't think anybody's complained or had an issue with it. I think everybody that went had a great time, and I sure as heck did. I got to accompany Majid Gorilla Hands, and he lost his match. O'Flanagan was able to get his leg and put him in a heel hook, and his knee popped, and bada ba bada ba. And that is what it is. It always sucks to lose, but the silver lining is that we got to be a part of the coolest event ever. And Craig Jones and Seth and Adam, his brother, and the whole crew are just the coolest dudes. Um, and yeah, we were honored to be there. The after party was so cool. Went to a club. Everybody was cruising around and drinking and cheersing and high fiving, and it was really nice making new connections. Saying hi to old friends. Everybody had tables. It was like a rap video. It was like being in a jujitsu rap video, like in real life. And people popping bottles, bah, shots, oh, okay, shit. Cigars, you're going out cigars and shit. And it was a great night. It was one of those like stay out till 5 in the morning nights. Like dude, I was hurt. Like, I'm not good at drinking, man. When I go out drinking, I'm affected for like 3 or 4 days afterwards. But it was such a cool thing to be a part of. It was such a fun after party. Everybody was so happy and in such a good mood, and making, like I said, making new friends, and everything was great. What else we're gonna talk about? BJJ Fanatics. BJJ Fanatics is still the best way to learn from me and all my favorite and all your favorite jiu-jitsu friends. I personally have like 30 videos where I teach almost everything. The other thing is Jeff Glover Online. You can go to Jeff Glover Online. I have videos there you can buy, and my documentary, which is called Money on the Mat. I sell these shirts with BJJ swag. What else coming up? Five Finger Death Punch. Five Finger Death Punch is a rock band that is led by Zoltan Bathory, who's one of our people. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt. He's a judo black belt, and they're on tour right now. And they're going to be in Vegas. Today is what? Today's Wednesday. They're going to be in Vegas on Saturday, so I'm going to be going to that show because Zoltan's a good friend of mine. Looking forward to that. What else is coming up? The Subversive is going down. I think that's in Orange County, the Subversive event, and that's like team grappling event, and that's going to be going down on Sunday. So Saturday, bow here in Vegas. Boom, Sunday morning, driving to LA or to Orange County to go to the Subversive event. We're probably going to meet up. I think Pete the Greek's going to be there. Whole bunch of people are going to be there. It's a really big, cool event. Let me pull up the flyer real quick. Okay, give me a sec here. Subversive, yeah. Subversive 9 championships. Oh, it's in San Diego. Excuse me. I should know. Mike's been telling me about it. Oh, and I keep going, oh, yeah, whatever. But it's going down. Subversive 9 Championship, Hard Rock, San Diego, on the rooftop, Sunday, September 8th. So that's the day after the Five Finger Death Punch concert here in Vegas. You can get tickets at subversivebjj.com. Let's see. What else have they got on here? A giveaway. Let's see. They got a giveaway going on. Hard Rock, San Diego. Giveaway alert. We're giving away 2 tickets to Subversive BJJ going down Sunday, September 8th, 1 week from today at the Hard Rock Hotel. Bada ba. It's a great show. I've gone to several other of their shows, and they have Master Ken. Like it says, the after party. Okay, so here's what it says. After party from 6 to 8. It should be 6 till whenever. Don't mind the little dog. So yeah, I'll be at the Subversive. Actually, in fact, my boy Drew is fighting. Drew from Surf Fight, who's one of the brown belts there. He's going to be having a match there. So we're going to be going to check that out. Good luck, Drew. Kick some ass, buddy. Let's see who else is on this card. Blochowski. Sarah Blochowski. I recognize her versus Lauren Rojas. What else? Tyler Beneke versus Ricardo Rea. Fabio Alano versus Travis the Mantis Thomas. Team level versus team phase. So yeah, they got these teams. Combat Jiu-Jitsu. Ooh, it's Combat Jiu-Jitsu Grand Championship Sunday, September 8th. Wow, there's a lot going on at this event. Brought to you by New Hope, RMD Group, VetTic. Boom, yeah, they got a whole thing going on. Be sure to check them out. Subversive. I should be there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. Almost positive I'm going to be there. What else do we got to talk about? Private lessons. Yeah, people always hit me up about private lessons. That's right. I can do private lessons. You can do them here. I can come to you. What else? Seminars. I would love to do seminars. Definitely hit me up on Instagram about that. Camps. You can come do jiu-jitsu camps. Come stay with me for a few days. Bada. Do seminar, private classes every day. I can do online lessons. Let's see what else. Mighty Mouse. I wrote down Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse just did Master Worlds and did really well. His first time competing at black belt. I think he made it to the 4th round and then was submitted by a guy who competes all the time, of course. Bada, really tough dude. But it was really cool to see Mighty Mouse doing his thing as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt out there. Obviously, he's the GOAT in MMA. If you don't know who I'm talking about. Some of you jiu-jitsu guys honestly don't know like who's good in MMA. You're so into the jiu-jitsu world. So Mighty Mouse, as far as like the little guys go, and arguably like every sized guy, pound for pound, is like the best fighter. So what he's doing in jiu-jitsu is great, especially if you're like me and you're a jiu-jitsu dork and you think that's cool. And I'll tell you what, man, I would love to have a jiu-jitsu match with that guy. I would love to put my gi back on and have a match with Mighty Mouse someday. If he's ever down, it would be an honor. He's got a super cool style, and it just looks like it would be a fun match. Yeah, that's all I got. I also, after this, you'll see an interview that I did with Simpson Go, and Simpson Go is a buddy of mine, so we've been training partners for a long time. So we had a little conversation. I think it goes like 45 minutes or something. So enjoy that, and other than that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever, all this on the YouTube and the Instagram and everything. Help me make this a bigger thing so I can do this more often. And yeah, shout out to Gold Town and shout out to all the white belts out there. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the Simpson Go interview. Peace. So I'm here with Simpson Go, and Simpson is a good friend of mine and an old training partner. Sim, nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So we've been chatting already for the last hour and like telling stories and laughing. And I had a tooth extraction like 5 or 6 days ago. I still got there's stitches. There's stitches in there, and we've been laughing, and I think I just like pulled my stitches out laughing so hard. That's because, and hopefully this will be one of the better podcasts. Sim and I are actually friends, like really good friends, and we have a lot of stories about competing and training and hanging out that are absolutely hilarious.
I think half of them you don't even remember.
Half of them I don't remember, which is why I've brought you in. Yeah. He pulls out a list. He's like, Glover, I have a list of stories. So yeah, good to see you, dude.
Nice to see you, man.
Yeah, you have Sim Go Jiu-Jitsu, Cobra Kai going on. Tell us about that.
Yeah. I mean, you were there.
I've gone there twice.
Yeah. You were there when it was still Mark's gym. And so how long have I known you?
Well,
I think I met you when I was 17, right?
Yeah. We were blue belts.
Yeah.
And my grandparents bought a home here in like 1993 or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd been coming here since I was a little kid in the summers, And when I started jiu-jitsu, bada bye, I started realizing like, holy shit, there's jiu-jitsu in Las Vegas when I go visit my dad and my grandma. So I tried around a few places, and it was all these like old dudes that were scared I was gonna like omoplata people too hard.
Yeah.
That happened like 3 times. And then when I went to JSEC, I don't even remember how I got in there, but I remember seeing you were one of the reasons I was like, okay, all right, this is a cool spot. There's like other young, dudes that are all about jiu-jitsu too. It's not just like old grumpy dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, it was like a breath of fresh air.
I knew you before you came in because I seen you at Compete.
I was like a famous blue belt.
Yeah, you were. When I saw you, I was like, I've never seen a white guy move like that before.
Thank you.
Yeah, or like a non-Brazilian.
Yeah.
And then you came in and you trained with us, and I was like, damn, this guy's pretty good. Because I think you were always like a belt level and skill level in front of me. So for like GQ, you'd be advanced, and I'd be intermediate. Or right when I would get my blue, you would get your purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first time I met you, because we didn't bow. It was an American gym. You would bow before we would roll.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy thinks I'm Japanese, dude. You just kept bowing.
I probably did.
Yeah.
So are you Chinese or Japanese?
Yeah.
I still don't know. To
Yeah.
this day, I'm still like, it's Japanese.
And then you moved. What year did you move? Start training with us? 07 or something like that, right? 06?
Yeah, I got my black belt in 2006.
Yeah.
And that was when I told Fringia, like, wow, I really like training with this group in Vegas,
Yeah.
He already knew.
Yeah.
And he wasn't butthurt about it. And he
Yeah.
was like, go have fun. Go train with those dudes, do your thing. Yeah, that was probably late 2006. And then what did I stay for, like a year and a half or 2 years?
Yeah, something like that, I think. I think you left a little bit after I got my black belt, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Those 2 years seemed like a long time. There's like a lot of adventures there.
A lot of shit happened.
Yeah. We traveled too, competed.
We did, yes.
Yeah.
The Hawaii trip.
Oh, yeah.
The Hawaii trip.
Yeah.
How was that?
I think that was the first time I really, I was really around you. Because before that, we would hang out or we would go to tournaments and stuff. But I don't think I shared a room with you, and that was an experience.
So we shared a room. And who bought this room? Was this like on the mat?
Yeah, this
On
was
the
mainlanders versus islanders.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. I don't remember. I remember we were at a restaurant. I think we were at Duke's in Waikiki. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to eat healthy. Make sure I don't eat too much or I don't eat anything bad. And you're like drinking beer, eating chicken wings. And then I'm like, all right, Jeff, I'm going to go try to get some rest. I heard you guys did karaoke.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
And then I was trying to wake you up the next day and you wouldn't wake up.
Oh.
Yeah. You were just like hungover.
Yeah, I was busy.
Yeah.
I was resting.
And then I was in the shuttle and then they were like, where's Glover? I'm like, I don't know. I tried to wake him up. I don't know if he's going to make it. And then you just then we see you, no shirt, just crossing the street.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you won your match.
I did.
It looked like you were just kind of letting the guy win a little bit and then you came back and beat him. And then you threw up after that.
A lot of throwing up. I've done a lot of throwing up. I threw
And
up
then you were
recently
good.
a lot.
Yeah, you were good after. You did the open and you won the open. I lost my match. They replaced my opponent. I was supposed to have a guy like closer to my size, and I had some other guy. And then you were coaching me. We talked about this. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
You
Tell us.
just started saying like random things in the after the first overtime. You would just say stuff like,
Just completely wasting your time.
yeah, like banana boat.
Yeah.
Like, you would just be like fire hydrant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Dill pickle.
Yeah. And then after I was what are you talking about, dude? And he's like, I don't know. I was just trying to throw him off. I was like, you were confusing me too.
I apologize. I probably was mad at you and wanted you to lose.
No. Yeah, and this I forgot about this. You for sure don't remember this. So the tournament gets done. You were like, hey dude, you want to go to this barbecue? I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, it's the OTM guys are going, this and that. It's cool. It was Helson Gracie's house. You remember this?
Yeah.
And then we were eating, And then he's like looking at us, just kind of like giving us a weird look. And I would just keep eating and then like look down and I would look and he'd be looking at us again. And I'm like, Jeff, does he know? Like, were we invited to this thing? You were like, no. I was like, you said it was cool. I was like, yeah, I thought it was cool. I was like, what are we doing here, dude? He looked so mad. And that guy's...
No, we were invited. Nuts. We were invited by his son.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably fucking with you. I think
he just didn't like us?
I think he just had that look on his face from the cocaine.
Oh my God. I don't know.
I mean, that's allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I don't know.
And then so the following day, I think we go home on a Sunday. I'm like packing my stuff. We're getting ready to leave. And you're like, yeah, I think I'm just going to stay here.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro. I remember now. I had the craziest panic attack there. Like, I remember waking up at that dude's house.
Which dude?
And like, at Helson's house. Yeah. And, like, the party went till fucking 8:30 in the morning, bro. Yeah. Right? And then everyone goes to sleep. And it's, like, 8:45 now. All the capoeira music and instruments are put away. You know what I'm saying? The drum set got put away. The dancers were gone. Like, it was crazy, bro.
I wasn't there for that. I went home.
Bro, I woke up. I should have gone. That's what I did. I missed my flight. I was like, fuck that flight. I'm going to stay here and party with these fucking Gracie people. Ba-da-ba. The party ends, and I had a freak out, dude. And I had to call Scotty and be like, Scotty, I need you to fly me home, dog. And he's like, oh, you got that, like, island fever. And I was like, oh, my God, that's how I feel. I felt trapped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Scotty bought me a flight home.
I feel like you stayed for, like, another week, though, no?
I don't know. I might have, maybe. I don't remember too well.
I remember you got a tattoo.
There was a chick.
Oh, okay.
The tattoo, this one, the Paragon.
Oh, that was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't remember if this trip was before or after ADCC.
There were several Hawaii trips. That's true.
No, I just had one with you. You went a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went once with you.
Yeah. I was hanging out with that guy, Ryan. Remember me and him were hanging out with those chicks?
Which Ryan?
That guy, the guy with the tall dude. The referee. Remember Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
Remember? That whole thing was crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Best of the West.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was with Best of the West.
Right.
Yeah.
He refereed a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool table we were at. Lovato was there too.
What table?
When we were eating dinner. It was like you, me, Lovato, Scott Beery. I don't remember. It was Joel Tudor, I think, was with us too.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We've done so many dinners.
Yeah. BJ Penn stopped by the table, was hanging out with us for a little bit.
I remember BJ Penn. That same tournament, I broke my toe and I had to continue and I ended up tapping the guy with a guillotine. But the guy was like this wrestler and he did like a fake, like he was going to shoot an outside single on my right side and then stopped halfway and shot on the other side.
Hit your toe?
And it caused me to sprawl in a weird way that made my right big toe fucking snap in half. And it's just a freak fucking accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough to make me like call off the match, bro. I was like, oh my God, dude. This was that absolute that I won that you were talking about.
Yeah.
It was like the third match into it.
Yeah.
And the guy was like a sick wrestler. I barely beat him at the very last. It was like in the last 10 seconds, I had a guillotine on and he tapped. And I would have lost by a takedown, but he did this like fake left juke move right, and my toe fucking snapped, dude.
Did you win any money for that? You don't remember?
Probably. Yeah. I don't know. There's never been money in what we do, as you know.
Yeah.
No,
like a few hundred or something.
They're like, here's $400. Yeah. Spend it all in one place, Glover. Yeah. Save.
Like, I mean, yeah, it was. We were with. I don't remember who else we were. You don't remember, huh?
I don't know, dude.
I think they had Lovato versus Falanico Vitali. Scott had a match, I think. God, I don't remember if Mayhem Whaler was with us. I think he might have been with us too. That was a pretty fun trip.
We had a pretty fun night recently. We went out.
Yeah.
And we haven't gone out, hung out drinking and going out on the town in probably like 10 years, man.
No, it has to be more.
More than that, right?
Yeah, more.
And it was like we had just been like nothing changed. Like 10 years didn't just go by.
Yeah, when I saw you, you said that you can't drink because your liver hurts. And you felt like you were dying.
Right, so I didn't drink.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, we don't have to. We could just hang out, you know.
Mhm.
I was trying to get you to go to the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
You didn't go to the hospital. You did the opposite
We
of
did.
going to the hospital.
We took shots.
Yeah. I was fine. You weren't fine.
No.
Yeah.
I was hammered, you would say. Some would say.
You almost got in a fight.
Almost got in a fight.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No. You almost got in a fight.
No, that's
Yeah.
That's the part that makes sense.
Yeah. This guy grabbed your neck.
Oh, that.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah. So that makes sense. I didn't just
Yeah.
randomly start a fight.
No. He put you in a tight clinch.
Yeah.
He was drunk, and then you shoved him, and I was like, "Here we go."
Yeah.
You know. But nothing happened.
Would you say though that was inappropriate the way he just grabbed me out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't just like, hey, I'm gonna fight some dude because I'm
Yeah.
mad and little or something like that.
No.
No.
That was he came in a little too hot.
He came
even
in
when
hot.
he said, I
So-
thought he knew you.
So just to back it up a little bit, we had gone out with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
We were invited to hang out with Nate Diaz and Mighty Matt,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of a group of guys that were coming over to take a photo with Nate.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, "Oh shit, I know this dude too. This is that dude," but he didn't like know my name.
I don't think he really knew who you were.
I think he like saw my ears and my
Yeah.
build, and he was like, "Who's like da da da?" He did though. He did. He messaged me on Instagram the next day.
Oh, he did.
He did.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Now he's probably watching this.
Fucking asshole. Grabbed me by my
Yeah.
neck. Should have bit his finger.
Yeah.
But yeah, he grabbed me.
No, he just went like this.
Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, dog, what are you doing?" And I was just mad that it wasn't a girl coming to say hi to me. It was a dude coming over, you know.
Yeah. It was like all dudes too, right?
It wasn't that. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that hostile. It was.
No.
There's definitely been more hostile situations
Yeah.
than that.
I was asking you about this too because I never got the full story on where you guys were in Summerlin. You got in a fight.
The Scott Beery fight.
Yeah.
The fight with Scott Beery.
Yeah.
Yeah, he I forget exactly how it happened, but the things I do remember was he had a bag of ice. And it was like a big old bag of ice, and he threw the bag of ice at the dude. And the dude tried to grab the bag of ice. It was like out of a movie. It was so tight. Like you think the dude would have just like let the bag of ice hit him, but
Yeah.
he grabbed, like held it,
Yeah.
and that's when Scott reached across and decked the
Oh,
dude.
I thought maybe they were like doing something together, like
They're
working.
face to face.
Where did he get the ice from?
They got in a fight inside the bar, and then we spilled out of the bar somehow.
Yeah.
And Scott,
Like
yeah,
Jackie Chan style.
Bro, I have
like,
no idea how
Yeah.
Scott Beery ended up with a bag of ice in his
Yeah.
hand. With a big old bag of ice. Like, I think it was like in his car. I think, I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't remember. We were all so drunk. But yeah, wow. And then dudes were like chasing us around cars.
Yeah.
And some dude like tried to grab me. Like, do you remember the movie Next Friday when what's his name's running from Baby D, and Baby D's trying to grab him, and he's like, "You can't catch me, Baby D. You know this. You're too big. I'm too fast." And she like grabs him, and he like wiggles, he like limp arms out of that shit, you know, he like windmills out of shit. Like that's
Yeah.
how it was. Like
Yeah.
like I had 3 dudes try to grab onto me. They're like, "You're friends with that dude?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry. I don't mean to be friends with him." And they were trying to grab me, and I kept like wiggling out of shit, and they couldn't get me. And it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. Like I got away. Nobody hit me. I didn't take one shot. Nothing
Yeah.
happened to me. We managed to get away, you know, which is dangerous. Shit's dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm not. We shouldn't be laughing about this. It's not funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think back in the day, probably. I don't know. I think
mean,
you're
this
just
is-
more likely to get shot now.
Dude's got guns.
Yeah.
Guns, I don't want to.
I think before it was like a little funnier.
No, I don't want to get
Yeah.
shot.
But so you didn't even have to choke somebody out.
No. That was more like
Oh.
me just like getting away
Running
from
away,
dudes.
yeah.
And couldn't get grabbed and shit.
No, there was another one where you choked the guy out.
That
And it was like
happens.
he was sleeping, and then his fraternity brothers came around the corner, and they're like, "What happened here?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I wish. Yeah.
And then you were just pretending like you didn't know,
Whoa.
but it was you who choked him out.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a cool one.
That's one. I see now you don't remember. I wanted to
Mm.
ask you about that one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
The Build a Grill one is probably one of the best stories I've heard, though.
That's a good one, right?
Yeah. Like you might have to get him on, just to talk. He probably wouldn't remember either, huh?
Bill has a good version of that story too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, like the version that went in his mind.
right.
Yeah.
Because he didn't see everything that happened after he got in the car and left.
Yeah.
He got in the car. They took off. They went like
Oh,
back to the
yeah,
pad to
yeah,
go
yeah.
ice. He got put ice on his shit. Fucking Glover got me sucked.
Has Bill ever told you like some of his like home remedies for injuries?
He has, yes. So
Yeah.
so Bill has a family from Mexico,
Mhm.
and they're like Jehovah's Witness,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And they do shit like a paper bag. You soak it in vinegar.
Yes, dude.
And you soak it in vinegar and you wrap it around your ribs.
Yes.
And you do 10 Hail Marys and shit. And
So-
I added that last part.
We were doing Best of the West, and I think I had to move up in weight. Remember Dan McCowan?
Of course.
Yeah. He had our number too.
I fought him 5-6 times.
How many times did he beat you?
He beat me
5,
all
6
of them
times.
except the last time, yeah.
Oh, in brown belt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He beat me 4 times, and then on the 5th time, I put him to sleep.
What do you think he's up to now? He's probably like a
He's
dad.
good. Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's soaring, dude. Soaring.
kids, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like
Got
mowing
a
the
school.
lawn.
Yeah, mowing lawns.
Yeah,
Exactly.
mowing the
Awesome.
neighbor's lawn.
That's hilarious.
The minivan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he knee barred me, and I didn't tap right away. And my knee popped, and then Bill sees me like sitting down, and he's like, "Dude, son, this is what you got to do. Take a brown paper bag, cut it in 3-inch strips, dip it in vinegar."
That's
And
pretty
I was
good.
like listening to him the whole time, like it's a real thing. And I was
Yeah,
like, "Bill, couldn't I just like put vinegar in a bucket and then just put my leg in the bucket?" He's like, "No, you can't do that."
Nah, don't change it. Don't
Yeah.
change the method, dog.
So you know about the vinegar thing, yeah?
A lot of like Vicks Vapor Rub.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You got is your neck hurt? You got neck pain? Just put some Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest, son.
When was the last time you seen him?
I mean, I talk to Bill every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I saw him last time I seen him was at the Oh, he competed at the trials.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, and what happened there?
He won.
won-
He
he won a
dorsed the first dude, and then
Yeah.
he lost the second match.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did great.
Yeah.
He did
He's
great.
back into it, you know.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, you know, him and his kid. He's got a 16-year-old son now who's all about it, and super smart and intelligent and polite and, you know, kind-hearted. And
Yeah, dude, I had no idea he had a kid.
he's got 2 of them.
I thought he was joking when he told me.
I thought you would have some kids by now, Simpson Go.
I thought so too, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I thought you would have kids too.
Mm.
Yeah.
We
Like fingers
we
crossed.
might. We
Yeah.
might. There might be. No,
Um,
that's not true.
Before I came here, I posted something about questions to ask. Yeah.
Is that on your phone?
Yeah. We got some weird ones,
Okay.
you know.
So you asked people what
what
questions
to ask,
me.
ask you.
Right.
What to ask you both of us.
Great.
Yeah.
Bust them out. Let's see what we can get.
There's some basic ones in here. I kind of laughed at this one just because I don't know. I feel like we're like the worst people to ask. It's like, how do you take care of your body
Well,
to prevent long-term injuries, which is kind of
pull guard.
don't train.
Pull guard more. Yeah. Don't do
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu. Steroids. Cryotherapy. What do you think about cryotherapy?
It sucks, dude.
You think it
It's not
sucks?
as bad as an ice bath.
Have you gotten into it? You've done it. You've gotten into them.
Cryo, yeah. Cryo, I did an ice bath. I'm going to go see Layman on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and he's all about the ice bath. That's the first thing he wants to do.
I'd
when we
rather
get
do
there.
cryo than the cryo than the
yeah.
ice bath. I don't
You
want to
can't
getting
really
wet.
compare the two.
I don't like getting
Yeah,
wet.
Yeah. Have you done an ice bath?
I've done both. Yeah.
Yeah. Ice bath is way worse, right?
Count me out, dog.
Cryo, I don't think cryo is too bad.
I want to open a cryo place. Call it Glover Recovery.
Really? I mean, it's in right
in
now.
Vegas, you know, in the summertime, it's all hot.
Yeah.
Like, hey, dog, you want me to cool you down? Jump in that motherfucker real quick. You'd be so happy to jump in one of those things when it's 110 outside. I can't be yelling at white belts the rest of my life, dog.
Yeah.
Arm bar. I don't do the arm bar, coach.
I don't
That ain't
think
my
they would
style.
Be going in there to, like, you're thinking like a Wet and Wild, like it's too hot outside and they want to do cryo.
I mean, that can be another option, but mostly people go in there for like recovery from workouts
Oh,
and shit,
yeah,
or
yeah.
like some kind of injury.
Yeah.
They go in there to deal with the injury.
Honestly, I think, to answer that question, it would probably be training a little bit less.
Right.
Yeah. Training
Yeah.
a little bit less, maybe.
Less rolling, more setting up moves and just practicing. I guess flow rolling. Because you can listen, I'll tell you what I can do every day, dog.
Yeah.
I do 3 takedowns, you do 3 takedowns. I
Yeah.
set up 3 takedowns, don't finish it. You set up 3 takedowns, don't finish it. If I know you and I mean, maybe not. Maybe we don't have the largest takedown vocabulary. Mine is pretty good at this point.
Yeah.
I put a lot of time into my takedowns now.
Yeah.
I could do that for like half an hour with a partner who is who responds and knows how to work with me and
Yeah.
isn't gonna like lean on me and exhaust me and fucking finish takedowns and make it uncomfortable. I could do that for half an hour every day for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Have you seen what the stuff J-Flow does?
Yeah, like that kind of
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
That looks fun.
Yeah, like drilling takedowns. And
Yeah.
same thing on the ground. Same thing on the ground. Just like, bow, let me set a few things up, bada bow. But like rolling, that's where the
Yeah.
injuries happen. And the worst injuries happen during takedowns. That's where the
Yeah, I agree
catastrophic
with
shit
that
happens.
one. Yeah. A lot of
That's-
people think that's a myth, but I think we've been around long enough to know.
You've seen the knee buckle the wrong way.
Yeah, because you're falling on the joint.
Exactly.
It's like gravity and then their weight and then
Yeah.
your weight on like your ankle or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say that. Just not rolling as intense, I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe decreasing.
Mm-hmm. So you were asking about the deep half guard.
I don't know. That was just a question. It just said deep half guard.
It just said, like, it didn't say anything about it, just in general.
I think because I put topics /
topics
questions.
talk about deep half guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't really see it too much anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people don't use it.
Yeah.
Pete the Greek said something pretty significant that kind of stuck with me. He said it makes people feel claustrophobic, and people will avoid things that make them feel claustrophobic in jiu-jitsu. And deep half guard seems to put you in a position where everything's getting shut out and you're getting locked down in some kind of coffin. But you and I know that's not exactly true.
Yeah, it's a safe space for me.
But it is. But
Yeah.
you can see, I can see why people would hesitate at first. I get that. Like, I got over that hump, obviously. So did you,
Yeah.
where we're not
Yeah.
scared of it anymore, and we go
Yeah.
there willingly. But I can see why somebody new to jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
who's used to using closed guard and regular half guard, we're like, dog, go underneath them. They're like, what? That's like getting mounted. And I'm like, fair enough. It does kind of feel like you're getting mounted. That's true. I can see how you could say that, but not exactly.
It's good to have in your back pocket when you're forced into those positions too. Like,
Right.
Even if you're like an open guard guy, I feel like if you just kind of have a little bit of that. Who taught it to you? Is it Jamelao?
Jamalal, Brazilian guy.
Wow.
It's a defensive thing, It's for when you were getting chest to chest, half guard, and the person is not trying to knee slide into side mount. The person is trying to drive their knee into the mount position.
Yeah.
That's what this shit's for. That's why it was developed. That's what that dude used to use it for. And then it started being like, oh wow, you can actually, like, rather than waiting for that scenario to happen to hit it, you can grab a motherfucker and just pull him into that shit.
Yeah.
But it started off as a defense to
Like a recovery.
a
basically.
recovery to
Yeah.
the dude has chest to chest, cross face head control, and is starting to push his knee and drive into the mount. And you're gonna trap arm and fucking bridge out of that shit? No, dog. Go under the fucking leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's kind of how we learned it. Then it turned into all this other shit.
I'm trying to think of like currently right now who plays it still.
Yeah, not too many people. Yeah.
Well, Nogueira did a little bit of it.
Right. And he did it more in MMA. You've seen it more
Yeah.
used in MMA than jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
really.
Well, I guess Ryan Hall, right?
Ryan did
This
some
is like a
amazing
deep
things,
half
Yeah.
/ waiter sweep type thing.
Yeah.
So was it just Jamelao that showed it to you, or was it like Jamelao and Frangina?
Jamalao was really the guy using it. Like, even at his own school, even in the school he's from, the Alliance, like, he was, known for using that guard when his other training partners were using a more traditional style of half guard.
Because we never did any of that before you came around.
Right. You guys used to call
Yeah.
it the glove or half guard.
Yeah. And you would just show that all the time.
Yeah.
And, now that I think about it, that's the only way that we probably could have learned it, was you had to show it all the time.
Right.
Because the position itself doesn't really feel natural.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really something you're always taught to stay on your. So if you have the left underhook on your right hip, sort of like the classic Lucas style
Right.
of playing the
Coyote
half,
style.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
And then when that came around, and it's funny, I still teach it. I taught it like not too long ago too.
Mm-hmm.
Taught a little butterfly this week too. It's like a lost art, both those guards. People don't really do it too much
I see
anymore.
butterfly a lot more than I see deep half guard. You're right.
Butterfly and no-gi too. Just getting into the legs, getting into the saddle,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I feel like deep half, period. I don't know. You have a lot of stuff from there,
Yeah.
like, and I feel like you only showed a little bit of technique as far. I think after you left is when you developed a lot of it, right?
You can be good at something and not understand what you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's you.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like that. A lot of my jiu-jitsu is like
Yeah.
that, and I think I want to encourage people watching and listening to this. I want you to understand that's going to happen to you. People are going to point to you. Your training partners, like this probably happened with you
Yeah.
so many times where you were like, "Hey Glover, how'd you do this one thing that you did?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know what just happened." And you would show that to me,
Yeah,
and I'd be like, "Oh shit, I did do that.
yeah,
Holy shit!" And then after you pointed it out to me, then I started like using it, dog. Then I was like, "Wow, it's Sim's right. That shit is
Yeah.
everywhere, and I am good at that." You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the ways I've learned a lot. That's why it's so important to have good training partners that
Yeah.
you can communicate with. I think we had a
Yeah.
good communication in the times
Yeah.
we were training with each other, dog.
and it was a good, healthy training environment too. Like we weren't trying to kill each other. Honestly, a lot of it was pretty. I don't want to use the word playful because that's like the Huron or Henner that uses that.
Keep it playful.
Yeah, keep it playful, but I guess brainstorming a little bit,
We were, believe it or not, intelligent young dudes. You know what I'm saying? We understood human anatomy. We knew that a fucking torn knee, a torn heel hook was going to result in surgery and you'd be out for 6 months, and that's not cool. And I was like, well, Sim does jiu-jitsu every day and goes to every freaking tournament. If I heel
Yeah.
hook this dude, like I knew that at age 25.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you knew that too, and we all knew not to hurt each other.
yeah.
And we found the balance to be able to like fucking go hard. Remember the like Mark Lehman drill days? This is huge, man. I talk
Yeah.
about this a lot. Like
Wednesdays.
like Wednesday's class, it was like start in really bad positions, one time attacking, one time defending.
Yeah,
And I run that class when I do seminars, or sometimes I do it at Surf Fight. A lot of places do not like that type of training, dog.
we still do it on Fridays. We call it Fight for Your Life Fridays.
It's a once a week type thing,
Yeah.
dog. Like it is some hard training, but I'll tell you this: it's the training that made the difference, man. Mark had us doing it when a lot of other places weren't training like this.
Dude, I feel like he was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like the first Danaher,
because the whole
bald and smart.
why would you ignore 50% of the body?
Right.
He told me that when I was a blue belt.
Yeah. Well, he
Even-
had a lot of engagement with Dean as well. Mark did.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
can you imagine how many conversations they had at tournaments, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Dean? Hey, Mark. What's up? Da, da, da. What have you been up to? Oh, fucking leg locking everybody. What about you? Oh, I've been darsing everybody. Da, da, da. And he probably heard, Lister say that.
Yeah, he was showing us leg locks pretty early.
Dude, Mark was showing us everything early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole tripod passing. He called
Ahead
it
of his
BJ
time.
Penn passing.
Mark was ahead of his
yeah,
time.
near
for
side
sure.
underhook.
Yeah.
It's funny because now he'll sometimes text me and he'll be like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Because he was so into the MMA scene that I think he didn't really watch a ton of like just sport jiu-jitsu or regular jiu-jitsu or no-gi, and so he's getting back into just grappling in general.
Some of the tournament stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing too that you were doing that I didn't really see anybody do was you would shoot a single, and then you would pull half guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you knew you were doing that either.
That was like some kind of like fear fucking autism twitch that I would do. And sometimes I would land in triangles.
Yeah,
And she was like, "Oh, how'd you get that triangle?" And I couldn't I did an autistic fucking twitch. It's like, no, that was a move.
that wasn't even planned.
Like I talk about it a lot, like when I'm teaching, is accidental triangles. A lot of my
Yeah.
triangles were accidental.
Do you remember one that you would hit and I don't know, man. I felt like you just
Like-
found your way to it.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't like set up. I would just like squirm into them. You know, now I have like 6 or 7 like really
good setups.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was one? You know what? Another one that I haven't really seen people do is when you would hug your knees.
Oh, the Jacare. Jacare was.
Was it Jacare?
I seen Jacare do that. I don't know that I learned it from him. I feel like I developed that myself.
Yeah.
You know.
Wait, so did you train with him?
He actually did. Yeah, when I was like a brown belt, he came and stayed at Paragon for 3 months. Do you remember Corby?
Yeah.
He stayed with Corby.
So what was that like training with him?
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
He didn't kill you?
Nah, it was cool. He's trying to learn English and shit. You know.
Oh, he was nice.
Yeah.
But did you trained with Paul Walker too, right?
Trained with Paul Walker.
How was that?
That was cool.
Yeah.
Paul was cool. He you know, he was doing private classes a lot with Frangia.
Yeah.
And even with me and Bill and Bada, and we were like, hey, Paul, you got to get in with the boys.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get in and take a class with the team. And he was like, fuck, man, these fucking dudes are exactly what he was afraid of. He's like, one of these dudes is going to tap me, and then he's going to like put it on the internet, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what he was worried about.
Yeah, and he stepped up. Paul stepped up and did a bunch of the group classes and showed up to train with the boys.
Yeah.
And like after one of the classes, one of the boys came up to me and was like, "Dog, I tapped out Paul Walker today, bro." And I lectured him. I was like, "Hey, man, don't you know?"
See, this was a different time though. Like, you couldn't really record with your cell phone.
It was a while ago. Yeah, it was
so
weird. It wasn't exactly like that. Yeah.
It's such a different time now though, with just I feel like jiu-jitsu and phones in general. Like,
yeah. You got to stay up with the times, dude. You got to. Everything changes every 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, YouTube, DVD, fucking BJJ Fanatics. It's like if you don't have the ability to reform and reshape every 3 or 4 years, dude, you end up old and grumpy, bro. And you're like, that ain't music. That ain't jiu-jitsu. In my generation, we pulled guard right to the De La Riva.
Yeah, it's like anytime you see like old athletes talk about like the new generation, they're kind of hating on the young guys. But I don't know, dude. When I see some of these young guys now, I'm like,
I can't help it, dog.
Yeah.
They look like little bitches.
Oh, that's what you think. I was going to say, dude, they're kind of scary.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, these little fuckers. I want nothing to do with these little motherfuckers. Yeah.
Like, I think we were jiu-jitsu hadn't evolved at that point as much as it did now when we were coming up. But I don't know, if you were to take us from our era and then.
I think a better question is if Sim Go right now, how old are you? 38?
39.
39. If 39-year-old Sim Go fought 25-year-old Sim Go, who would win in a 10-minute jiu-jitsu match?
I would beat my young self.
You think so?
Yes.
Dude, 25 Sim Go was a little beast,
well, you gotta
bro.
think I knew what I was doing back then, but my young self wouldn't know what my old self was doing. You know what I mean?
You don't think that the young self would like fast twitch into some shit real quick and you'd be like, oh, I got that guillotine. And then he would just spin around and the guillotine disappears. And now he's on your back. 25-year-old Sim Go on your back is finishing you.
I think my old self would beat my young self on points. Yeah.
Hold him down. And
control him. Yeah. Because my old self knew what my young self had a hard time with.
Okay.
But my young self doesn't know that my old self has a bad back.
That's
right. Like, what would happen, do you think, if your young self went against your old self?
Yeah. Young Jeff was a savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would tap quicker between young Jeff or old Jeff?
Young Jeff used to like scream when he would, you know? So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. I think it would depend on if you had if you could prepare. Like, I would need like a day to think about like, okay, what was I like at that age? And what are some of the things I had a hard time with? Probably go for a walk and like reflect. I could probably remember, take some notes.
Yeah.
And then I would beat my young self. But I was going to say like, okay, what about you? What would you say was your prime? What age?
I think I'm pretty tough right now at 41 years old, Mr. Go. I don't know, bro. When do you think the dopest I was my best?
I don't know. I would say maybe 25, right? That's a good one. Somewhere around that range, 24
I think yeah.
upwards.
Thank you. Thank you.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Let's say you had to go against Diego Pato.
Yeah. All these young dudes are very good. I would probably lose to all of them.
I think Diego Pato would probably leg lock you, huh?
Yeah, I'd be like, ah.
Or let's say like Baby Shark.
Yeah, Baby Shark's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would just like smash me and like Americana me from side mount, like through my half guard. He would
Americana you from top half.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I'd have anything for Baby Shark, dude.
He would like case a katana me from close guard.
Yeah. No, I don't know. No. Actually, I don't think he would tap you.
Remember how Josh Barnett tapped Dean Lister?
Yeah.
That's what would happen.
Oh, like the side headlock?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think he would do okay.
You think I could beat the Baby Shark?
I don't know if he would beat him, all right. But I think he would have a hard time.
Let's put it like this. If I go 5 minutes against Baby Shark and he doesn't tap me, I win.
Oh, you would win that. You're pretty hard to tap.
You think I
could
go 5 minutes without getting tapped by the Baby Shark?
Yes.
I'll get my knee surgery and then I'll think about it. Baby Shark.
He probably watches you.
He's so dope. I love the. I've talked to him online a few times.
Okay. I was gonna say he'd probably see it and be like, "What are these people?"
Nah, I've talked to him online a few times. He's such a dope ass champion. He's such a cool champion. You know, like what a good example that dude is.
So, yeah, that's what I sometimes think about, like, because they talk a lot about that in, like, say the NBA, like what would happen if you, let's say, put Michael Jordan in today's NBA. And I was thinking, but I don't think the rules have changed too much in jiu-jitsu, right?
For what? What's the question?
Were we able to leg lock at purple? Were we able to knee bar? I felt like we were able to knee bar at purple, right? No. Or was it just?
I don't remember. I think so.
That we could do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, it's either you can heel hook or you can't, dude. If you can heel hook, I'm not going for any leg locks. That's how I used to think about it.
Oh, the guy you're going against.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like if it was purple belt, I just assumed am I allowed to heel?
Oh,
like even in the gi, like I would never go for leg locks. I was like, if I'm in the gi, I'm not gonna try to straight foot lock a dude. If I'm in the gi, I'm trying to bow and arrow choke.
Yeah.
If it's no gi, am I allowed to do heel hooks? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's the one I'm going for. No, I'm not allowed to do heel hooks. I'm not going for any leg locks then. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember you got leg locked by this Brazilian guy at Claudio's tournament. And then you started acting to get him DQ. Do you remember that one?
Did I? Oh, yeah. Because he that's right. Yeah.
He toe-holded you.
Yeah, he cheated. He cheated.
I don't remember if you ever
cheated Sim.
I don't remember did you really get your ankle popped?
Probably not.
I tried to pretend like I was a lot more hurt one time after getting slammed out of a triangle.
Did you? Like,
I mean, I was hurt, but I was trying to sell it just because the match had been It's
the difference between being like hurt and tired, bro.
It was both, you know, but
being exhausted is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
If you've never been exhausted in a jiu-jitsu match, you really need to have that happen. You know. You need to see how you behave in those situations, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you're exhausted, you start like, whoa, am I about to like fake an injury and shit? Whoa, I didn't know I was this kind of person. He went for a leg lock. He broke the foot. It's broke. I swear to God, it's broke. Match is over. He cheated. I won, right?
Lehman used to say like if you would fake an injury, he said the best one to fake would be your neck because they can't really tell.
Yeah,
so you could just say like you hurt your neck.
That's pretty good.
Because if you say you hurt your arm, then I don't know, dude. It's just Mark saying stuff sometimes. I think.
Yeah, the no points. It's like
I'm not a fan of the no points.
You know, that's when they made those rules a long time ago. You know, they made those rules a long time ago. Shit was very different. They were still like looking. I don't know how to explain it. But there's all kinds of like I thought that Fight to Win had the best method.
Me too.
Where they would have the 3 judges. I think letting the 3 judges do it, and that's kind of what CGI has done.
Yeah.
CJI has done, and I think it's a great way to go about things. When I was doing my tournament, I don't know if you remember, during COVID, I had a tournament called Money on the Mat.
Yeah.
And we did it at like a private clubhouse and blah, blah, blah. But we did the Gracie rules. Do you remember the Gracie rules?
Oh, like if nobody passes, you switch top to bottom?
We minus that.
Oh, okay.
Minus that.
Yeah.
So it was a race to 12 points.
Yeah.
First person to 12 points wins.
And then how long were the matches?
7 minutes.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. Because remember when we were doing the 30-minute ones?
Right. So it's in 7 minutes, if I can, or it's 10 points. It was called 10 or tap. If you can get to 10 points before the 7 minutes is up, the match is over. The first person to get to 10 points wins. Basically, the match will be stopped.
I like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's either that or you tap the person, or at the end of time, whoever has the most points.
Yeah.
But you have 2 ways to finish the person. You can either submit them or you can tech them on the points.
Yeah. It's like wrestling.
It's like wrestling. If you pull guard, your opponent's given 1 point.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
So you either, there's no situation where we go from top to bottom and somebody's not rewarded.
So, okay. Yeah.
If I grab you and take you down, I get 2. If I grab you and you pull, I get 1.
Do you remember the USA grappling one that we did?
Right.
Yeah, that one was cool.
What was the rules? It was like 4-minute rounds, right? I remember 2 4-minute rounds or what it was.
I don't remember. No. I think they had fixed it to like 1-6 by the time we did it.
Did they?
But if you reverse me, no matter what, you get 2.
Yeah.
So you know at IBJJF is like, is that a sweep? Is that from guard?
Any top to bottom should be points.
Any reversal. Did you go to Turkey?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't either.
No.
Yeah, because it was you and Ricky, and then in that lower one, it was me and Darren Uyeyama, and I didn't go. I think it was Matt Sanchez that took me. Who went in your place? Do you remember?
Ricky went. Ricky Lindell.
Yeah, but who you were supposed to go? So who was the other guy? You don't remember. But so those rules were interesting too. But I think you got to make it as close to just rolling as possible. Because the moment you add like
my fucking tooth, my thing hurts. I had a tooth extracted.
Want to take some medicine or something?
I'll take it after. I'll be all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just being a little bitch.
Oh.
I'm just saying, if you see me poking at it.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind me.
When did you do this? When did you get the tooth taken out?
It was like 7 days ago. 6 days ago. There's still stitches. There's still stitches.
Still bothering you. Oh.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty tough one. The doctor said it was a tough pull.
Yeah.
They were like holding my head. He had his like nurses holding my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While he was like pulling on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh man, this tooth doesn't want to tap out." And I was like, "It's all right."
That was here, right?
Huh?
That was here.
Palm Springs. I go see Dr. Peter.